Hello and welcome to the 34th edition of the Meyer Memos. Today is May 10th, 2019. We have a staff meeting on Tuesday, May 14th at 8 o'clock in the Media Center. The agenda is as follows. We're going to discuss movement in the hallways. Basically what that is Sally is going to come and present what we can do to make a movement track in some of the hallways to get kids some movement. We're also going to discuss our three-component framework. And then we'll check in with class lists and how we're doing in that. And then we're going to talk about CPR and first aid just to see. We need 2 people who would be training that in our school, so we want to see if anyone's interested. And then Emily's going to talk about technology news. And then lastly, we'll discuss recess and lunch for next year. We have math testing taking place on Tuesday, May 14th for grade 2 from 9:05 to 9:55. We have an ISST meeting on Wednesday, May 8th at 8:05 in the conference room. We have math testing taking place Wednesday, May 15th for grade 2 from 9:55 to 10:55. We have MAP reading testing taking place Thursday, May 16th for grade 1, 9:10 to 10:15. MAP math testing Friday, May 17th, grade 1 from 9:10 to 10:15. And we have a fire drill for Ole only Friday, May 17th at 10:15. Morning entrance. In the past, once it got cold, we had students that were coming inside, and Mary Jo would watch and monitor while kids sit underneath their jackets or their coat hooks. They either go there, or if they want to eat breakfast, they go to there. What we're going to do is, now that the weather is warm, students are going to be waiting outside if they're not eating. We're going to start that on Monday of next week, and I want to thank Mary Jo for all of her work to help keep everything organized during those mornings, so thank you. Next year, we're not going to have data days. And the reason being is the district is saying that each teacher can only have 4 professional development days, and having data days would take from those. So that is not going to take place. I want those PD days to be teacher selected. So, but what are we going to do in place of that? How can we figure that out? Well, we're going to design a plan where 2 times a year in October and end of January, because October is the end of, we have our BAS and our MAP done, and then January is when report cards are ready to go, and so you have all that data. Well, we'll take a staff meeting time where people can look at that data and say, okay, who needs enrichment, who needs intervention. And then during prep, like a little bit like that day or the next day, intervention would come and meet during prep time and with each grade level and say, okay, what does that look like? How can I do this? Can I set my schedule? And so on. And then any work that needs to be done could be done by PLCs to figure out all the logistics. Then the BLT came to me and said, we'd like to review students like we used to. And when that would happen is we'd go 3 times a year at the end of September, end of December, end of December and then end of March, we would talk about children. We would do this during a prep time, and during that week that we would do this, there would be no staff meeting. Basically what you do is we'd keep a running document of, do you have concerns for kids? We'd type that up, or we'd go like, what does this kid need? We say, well, you may want to take them to ISST. It's a way to check in and talk about the whole child and not purely just data. Quiet room visits for the past for this April. We went from 139 last year to 83 this year, so that is down a fair amount. But one thing I want to make clear, though, I know some people feel like they can't send kids to the quiet room, and thing is, we want people to send kids to the quiet room that are, if it's going to be for a call home. But then someone brought up at the BLT saying, well, what about those kids who are just arguing, they can't figure it out, and the teachers are, I got to get back to teaching. Well, I think there's a room for discussion on that, and where does that take place? Well, that's why when we have those BLT or not BLT, but our PBIS meetings, when we have the 3 meetings in the media center, the PBIS team would dig deeper into this data and come up with some different solutions and figure out what's going on, and then we could nail down what it would mean to say, okay, now this is when you'd send someone to the quiet room, this is the behavior where you wouldn't. So we would clarify that more, and that's what I see our that team doing more of. Well, I want to say happy Teacher Appreciation Week, And thank you for all you do. I hope you have a great weekend.